So next up will be Rowan Darir, who is a JD candidate here, a Knight Hennessy Scholar at Stanford Law School. And she will be enlightening us about, I should also add, actually, she's also the executive director of Hakimu. And she will be enlightening us about AI and justice, building African legal infrastructure. All right, where's Rowan? Okay, here she is. All right. All right.
Hello, everyone. As Roland kindly mentioned, my name is Rowan. I am not an engineer and not quite a lawyer. I am a 3L here at Stanford Law School. And I'm so excited to be speaking here today. I attended CodeX last year, so it's surreal to be on the stage. And so much has happened since then. This past year, I've had the privilege of seeing the impact that legal technology can have in increasing access to justice, improving the quality of justice, and making justice more accessible for all. And so I'm excited to speak with you all today about one of the most innovative regions in the world. And I'm not only talking about a few blocks away, I'm talking about, oops, the African continent. Let me start with how I ended up here. So I am Sudanese originally. My family fled Sudan under the Bashir dictatorship. And I saw very early on that where you're born can pretty dramatically impact the trajectory of your life. I came to law school because I was interested in writing constitutions in countries that were going through some kind of conflict. And I thought that would be my path until I clerked for the Chief Justice of the Rwandan Supreme Court. No problem. Oh. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. Rwanda was in the process of harmonizing civil and common law, meaning that they were introducing the use of judicial opinions to try and reduce some of the significant backlog that the country was facing. The Chief Justice empowered me with full access to the justice sector, from the Supreme Court to the primary courts, from the Bar Association all the way through the law schools. I was able to conduct pretty extensive interviews and learned that one of the biggest challenges was actually finding law. It was hard to find, identify relevant case law, and then sort through case law. I had the privilege of traveling to Kenya and meeting with one of their Supreme Court justices, where I learned that the problem extends beyond just Rwanda. I spoke with entrepreneurs who had really hard time scaling their businesses because the regulatory frameworks that they were operating within were not quite clear to them. I spoke with legal researchers and policymakers who had a really difficult time understanding what the state of climate or gender or economic financial development was across different countries. And I spoke with judges who relied on European and North American case law, not because it was better, but because it was easier to find. And so essentially, finding case law within and across African countries can be quite difficult. The impact of this is significant, not just for the individual who has to wait years, sometimes in jail, for their case to be resolved, or for the emerging entrepreneur who can't scale their business, or for the policy intervention that is not deployed. And not just for Africa, but more broadly for the entire world, because by 2050, 1 out of every 4 people is going to be African, and a more just African judicial system and efficient economy doesn't just benefit the continent, but benefits us all. So to build this, I believe we need critical legal infrastructure to make it possible to easily find, engage with, and sort through law across the continent. This is how the idea for Hakimu, a Pan-African legal AI search engine, was born. A few meters out the window there at the Munger dorms. My roommate is in here, so she can attest. This was last April. By June, we formed a team of exceptional engineers, African engineers, based here at Stanford. Ahmed is in the room, and he's been brilliant, so we can give a little round for Ahmed. He's doing his PhD. From MIT and the African leadership came together. By July, we secured a small grant. By November, the team had deployed a prototype that leveraged the latest research to produce a chatbot that uses natural search, summary, and chat in English and Kinyarwanda to make it easy to find Rwandan law. We showed it to the Rwandan Supreme Court Chief Justice and the Minister of Justice, who indicated that this would be transformative for their legal system and beyond. By December, we demoed to judges across Rwanda. More technical difficulties. We demoed to judges across Rwanda who indicated that we will save them about 75% of their workflow. We had to change our passwords after we demoed because if anybody would like a link at the slideshow. Thanks for your patience. We demoed to judges who, after our sessions, we had to change our passwords because they'd continue to use and overwhelm our systems. They'd also take photos of the results that they found on our cases, on our system, to use in their cases later that day. And they would berate my engineer, Rachel, with text messages to ask if she wouldn't mind sneaking them the password. In January, we demoed to the Kenyan Supreme Court, and one of their justices indicated that he wanted to make bringing our product across Africa his legacy. This February, we worked with the Rwandan Legal Training Institute to think through potentially deploying an AI module, because part of this isn't just bringing a tool, it's increasing capacity building and explaining and exploring the dangers and solutions in leveraging AI in the legal context. This March, we were given full access to the Kenyan high courts and conducted interviews with judges and lawyers where we received a similar reception as we had in Rwanda. And this week, our system is being shown to about 400 judges in Kenya. And this morning, I woke up to a message from the chief digital officer of their Supreme Court that said, "I'm in big trouble, they all need it now." So we've done this all also spending less than $40,000. It has been a rocket ship of a ride for my team and I, and we're excited to scale across African Supreme Courts on the continent to create a single repository of all case law and legislation. And in the process, making law public that has never seen the light of day, and probably producing one of the biggest data sets in underrepresented African languages that can help fine-tune some of the most sophisticated LLMs that operate in underrepresented languages as well. And we're hoping to leverage the kind of access we have here in these types of rooms to diffuse so much of the resources and so much of the talent that we have here, and also invite you all to learn from some of the exceptional entrepreneurship, the exceptional legal thinking that exists. There we go. Thanks for bearing with me, within the African continent. And so if I have a few more moments, I'd love to show you guys what we built. Yeah. Yes? And so for you, unlike some of the judges, if anybody wants to take a look, we may be able to slip you the password. So here we have suggested searches and recommendations for you. This is based off of previous search history. So if you're a commercial high court judge, like Justice Kadigwa was, then all of the suggested searches and recommendations for you will be based off of your previous search history. We generate synopses that outline the facts, holding, and decisions. We've worked with law registrars and judges specifically to go through cases and make sure that we have accurate and strong results. We asked them to look at it on a scale of 0 to 5, and we've only received 5s, with the exception of one judge who wanted something that was not in the case. You can go in and search with natural language, something like divorce cases with division of assets in foreign jurisdictions. It's a live demo. I think my internet reconnected, but we've had technical issues today. And it goes in, and we are leveraging AI to ensure that the best cases come up. So you come here, you're able to scroll, store your cases, and then we generate a general summary of the area of law. After that, you can click into the law, and I'm excited to show you that this can work in Kinyarwanda and that you'll be able to engage with it in English. So part of what we're excited about here is that you'll be able to access laws in languages that you've never seen. We don't do direct translation because, as you all appreciate, language can be quite precise, but you are able to engage and ask chatbots. So I can come in here and ask something like, can you explain the legal issues in the case? and it comes in. And one thing that's important to us is also accuracy. We haven't had any hallucinations with our models. And again, we've been testing and validating them with different judges. So you can come here, and it gives you an outline. You can come in and ask, where did you find this? And we cite to the sentence level. And you can always download the case immediately. And so we're really excited to move forward. We're still early in this process. And so we'd love to collaborate with individuals who are excited about this. We're set up as a nonprofit and for-profit. The nonprofit services the public sector, public interests, law students, and the private sector is servicing lawyers, banks, other regulatory groups. And so this is Hakimu. We're excited to move forward, and thank you so much for having us.